Hello everyone. Today my AI tech topic is essentials of listening skills. So before we are going to the topic, let me introduce myself. Myself Jay Krishna and I'm from Tribunal Department, first year A section. So let's go into the topic of AI tech topic. Okay. The first slide shows the introduction of the essential of listening skills. So the most important key points for the essential skills are listening patiently, understand the speaker's feeling what he's saying, restatement and summary, time for discussion and common glitches, avoid expression viewings, less explanation and at last rapport. These are the main points should be keep in mind by the listening. So these are the most essentials of effective listening. So these points come come into the main act when we are listening, when when you are building a conversation between the two people. The listening is the most important thing. So while listening, these points should be kept in mind. So we move to the next slide. Okay, next let's says about listening importance. So listen, here is the listening importance are. Listening is our primary communication activity. Listening is considered to be the one of the most important part of the oral communication. Insufficient and ineffective listening are extraordinarily costly. Yes, of course. And most of the frequent communication skills and half of the work is spent on communication. Of this, 45% is spent on listening. And last point, what and these points are actually going to say about that when I build up in the conversation, when I start in the conversation, listening is the most important thing to be build up a good conversation between the among the two or three people or group of a people. So these are the importance of the listening and you should be take care of. So most of the communication build up on the listening and the understanding the what the other person is saying and decoding that and replying back at the with a simple short way. And this is the best effective listening skills and listening importance. And these points come to main points for coming to the importance of the listening. Okay, we go to the next slide. So here comes the what is the effective listening. So here effective listening is within the effective listening are the 2 points. The effective listening skills are ability to actively understand and information provided by the speaker is and the display the interest in the topic discussed. It also include providing the speaker with the feedback by asking patiently questions so the speaker knows the message is received. So what actually first point is going to say is the ability to understand the information which is provided by the speaker or the other person which you are communicating should be grab that points and enabling the key points and also conclude the providing speaker and it's enough capable to give the correct feedback to the speaker's message. And your next point says about that the effective listening is a skill using multiple senses to comprehend the message being sent by the speaker. And it is relatively comparable to the first point. So we move to the next slide. Sorry. Okay. Characteristics of good effective listener. So here comes with the points of the how we can be a good listener while in the communication day to day life. So here are the some information which knows let us know us about the how to be a good listener. So good and effective listener tries to give a maximum amount of thought to the speakers ideas being communicated. leaving a minimum amount of time for mental exercises to go off track. A good listener is also an attentive. Is attentive. It comes in that a good listener must pay attention to the key points, and he should alert, and he should avoid of any kind of distractions. And another characteristics of the good listener is do not assume. In this do not assume, good listener does not ignore the information. He consider the unnecessary. He should always summarize the speaker's ideas so that there is a no misunderstanding of thoughts of the speaker. Okay, he avoids the premature judgment about the speaker message. So another characteristics going to the another characteristics of a good listen is listening of the feeling of the facts. Feeling and the facts. Sorry, the here in the feeling and the facts are good listener desirably listen for the feelings of the speaker. He understand the feelings of the speaker and gather the information what the speaker is saying. So he or she concentrate totally on the facts, and he or she evaluate the facts that or objectively is or listening sympathetically. So active and alert, Isha keenly observes the gestures and facial expressions of body language of the speaker. The good listener main quality is the understanding the information what speaker is providing and his facial expressions and how his body language is going to be communicated with the uh, with you or with the he or she. So in short of that, a good listener should be projective. That is, one who tries to understand the view of the speaker, and empathetic. It means empathetic means one who concentrates not only on the surface of the meaning and on the message of the tries to be probe the feeling of the emotion of the speaker. And these are the main points and main characteristics of the good listener and uh, for a good essential communication skills or effective listening skills. And if we go, yeah, and here's the mind map or the tree circle of the message and decoding and replaying back to the speaker. And this is the process. It is the process of listening, understanding the message, and it is the and the decoding of the message, understanding the message, and replaying and feedback of the speaker's intention. So here is the map. First, we can see that message, and from the message we are going to be decoded, and after the next is channel, and after that channel we receiver, and again we decode, and again decode, and we send them a feedback to the sender. So this is the process of this is a process of cycle with understanding the message and giving back reply or feedback. This is the process of listening, understanding the message. That's all. And there are the four types of listening. Mainly are attentive listening, pretensive listening, selective listening, intuitive listening. So we go to the first, attentive listening. So it in that attentive listening means it involves paying attention to the words that are being spoken. So attention to the words, it, it actually going to say is its intention is to say that paying attention to the words which our speaker is saying or the message which are we receiving from the speaker. So second type of listening skill is pretense of listening. Pretense of listening says that it involves more hearing than the listening. It means it means pretending to the facial expressions and that one of listening the when actually is not one is not. So it is the second type of listening, and we're heading to the third type of listening, that is selective listening. So here it goes for selective listening. It means that selective listening means that it involves selective desired part of the message and ignore the desirable part of the message. Actually saying that it involves the selective desired it's a part of the message, and ignoring the which are not understood on the part of the message. And in the simple words, we can say that selective listening is the we can grab or we can pay attention to the what we understand from the what speaker is saying, and ignoring the words or the message wo- from the speaker what he is saying. Okay, this is a selective listening, selecting the content of the speaker which is speaking or which is sending the message to us. So the fourth type of listening skill is intuitive listening. It means that listening through the intuitive mind by the silencing the other forms of internal dialogue going to be simultaneous. It is the fourth type of listening. So again we go to the other slide of the presentation. So here the come at the last we are going to be come with the quote of the about the listening skill. So the quote is about the most of the people have known are one who do more listening than talking, which is said by the Bernard M. Bronze. Yeah, of course, the most of the successful people are listeners, not all are the speakers who are talk continuously. Most of the successful will stay calm and listen and observe the what speaker is saying and understand that, grab the knowledge from the speaker and reply the very clearfully, gratefully feedback given by them. So most of them are successful people who are less talkable or less talks and will listen more. So that makes them be brave and observable and contentable, that become the successful people. So at last, thank you, thank you. It's a presentation by the J. Krishna. Thank you a lot.